Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is lovely to see you all this evening on the Shabbat before Thanksgiving. Just as a reminder, if you have a device that makes noise, please turn it off. Turn it all the way to off. Yes? Not just to silent, but let's turn it all the way to off. And that way we can really make sure that we give ourselves this gift of being here and being present this Shabbat evening. I also just want to remind everybody that we have emergency exits over here and over by the piano and at the back doorway, just in case there's ever a need for it. We do like to point that out to everyone. So I want to invite you all for a moment to take a deep breath, to ground yourselves. If you feel comfortable doing so, put both of your feet on the ground, really ground yourself in your chair. Feel where your body is in the moment. And let's take a deep breath in and let it out. As we welcome in Shabbat together, we begin with Hine Ma Tov, the words of which can actually be found on the screens behind us. Open the door. We continue welcoming in Shabbat on page 12 with the words of Lechu Neranana. Page 12.
Toldot
my pleasure now to invite up Cameron Trable to kindle our Shabbat lights. That prayer can be found on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat.
We continue now welcoming in Shabbat with our psalms from Psalm 97 or Zaruah. Can be found at the very bottom of page 14, the last 4 lines of the Hebrew. And if you know it, please sing along with us. As we continue welcoming in Shabbat with Lecha Dodi, I'm very glad to welcome 2 groups that we have here tonight. So welcome to our friends from Montini High School, and welcome to our friends from United Hebrew, and to Rabbi David Reinhardt, who, if you know Julie Mandrew, it's her nephew. So there's lots of nachas there for having yet another rabbi in our community. And Rabbi Reinhardt and I were actually together in Cincinnati. So thrilled to have you all joining us this evening. We are going to continue on pages 20 and 21 with the words of Lecha Dodi. The custom here is that we sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, we will rise and face the back entrance to welcome in Shabbat. So we continue now with Lecha Dodi on page 20. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Please be seated. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish now on page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה,
אמן.
ילמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה
בריחו
לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה,
תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה
וימרו
Amen. We continue now with the Baruch Hu on page 28. Please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Leolam, Leolam Vaed, Yalalalai.
Please be seated. We continue reading together on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach sha'arim uvitvuna mishane itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzonom borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech vechoshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi layla umavdil ben yom uvein layla Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Ma'ariv Aravim. We continue on page 32. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu אהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. We continue with the Shema on page 34. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'elem asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanecha vidibartam bam beshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. As we continue next, our prayer Mi Chamocha, we actually start this version of Mi Chamocha at the top of page 39 with the English. And then throughout the song, we will transition into Mi Chamocha. The prayer can be found on page 40.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's eternally Egypt. That there's a better place, a promised land, and the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. That there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together, singing I la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Moshe Miriam ובני ישראל הכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם
Let's all read together at the top of page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We're going to throw in a little bit of a left turn, just a little bit, in that we're not going to do Vishamru tonight. I know. Instead, we're going to do Yismechu at the bottom of the page, because we felt like we don't do Yismechu a lot. It is also a prayer that we have that reminds us to keep Shabbat, to practice Shabbat, and we thought, why not change it up a little bit for tonight? So it is the same melody that you all know and love, I promise you that, but we're going to join together in Yismechu at the bottom of page 44. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shvi Shabbat. Kulam yismeu v'yatangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat. Chemdat yamim, oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh, l'maaseh b'rishit Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh, l'maaseh b'rishit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. We continue now with our congregational tefillah, beginning on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agir tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agir tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, U'mevig ula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך הקדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue on page 55. Let's read together at the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. And may all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue now with our moments for joy, Hakarat HaTov. And these are moments that we share with one another. And we do this so that we can share in each other's joy and share our joy with everyone else. So if there is a moment of joy that you experienced in this last week, big or small, that you would like to share with us, or if you are anticipating a moment of joy this weekend or in the week to come, we invite you to share it with us now.
My friend Nick's birthday is this weekend.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Our football team plays in a game tomorrow.
Oh, good luck at the game.
It was really nice watching Mom Donnie get along with Trump today.
We celebrate when politicians get along with each other. That is certainly something to celebrate.
I just spent a week camping and running around with foam swords in the Texas wilderness, and it was spectacular. I highly recommend it.
And we're glad that you're back. Well, we got some of the back over there.
Get to spend the weekend with my friends, Judd and Parker.
Yeah.
I just had the Portillo's chocolate cake shake.
That is something to celebrate, absolutely.
I'm a teacher, and I had a student send me an email this week that said, I can't believe it. I got a 14 out of 16 on my science test. I'm so excited. You should see my face right now. And it was really, really nice to see that.
That's awesome.
Eating Portillo's chicken tenders and fries.
Portillo's just always brings joy to people's faces, does it not?
And I will share that my husband Newell is now the new chair of the board of the Chamber of Commerce of Deerfield, Bannockburn, and Riverwoods.
That is very
Congratulations,
exciting.
Newell.
Congratulations, Newell. I love that. And I will share, if you've never seen the joy of a 2-year-old experiencing the aquarium for the first time, I highly recommend it because we took my nephew this past weekend for his birthday, and to see the joy on his face as he watched these giant sharks swim by him was awesome. So for all these things and more, we are thankful. We continue now with a prayer of thanks, Ritzay, on page 57. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael Amelcha. Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael Amelcha. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzay Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levadecha be'yiranavod. We continue now with our prayer for the country and followed by our prayer for Israel, both of which can be found on the slides behind us, and I invite you to read along with me. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, our God and God of those who walked before us, be now our source of truth and light. Remind us that we are not alone in the pursuit of justice as we care for this country that we call home. May we come to hear America singing in all our varied tapestry of sounds and voices, as together we strive to nurture the compassion and wisdom to cultivate and comfort this land of life and liberty. As others have before us, may we unite to create a shore where those who are tempest-tossed can find refuge, a land where all may be treated with fairness and dignity, a place where we are brave enough to see and be the light we need, And may our dream, our legacy, be the land that, though it never has been yet must be, the land where every person can be free. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing for the state of Israel and for all Israel's inhabitants. Mekor Chayim, source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land and ensure their safe and speedy return home. Protect and guide them. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Holy and Blessed One, show Israel's leaders your path so they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep them from hardening. Matir Asurim, freer of the captives, return all those who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes, without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts. Baal Harachamim, Master of compassion, help us to hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, while also holding the humanity and the dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways, spread over us your shelter of peace, and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war. Amen. Just as we offer prayers for healing for our country and for Israel, so too do we offer prayers of healing for those in our family and our community. And so tonight we think of Len Schutzman, Marlene Fisher, Christine Dumas, Anthony Dumas, Alan Wolski, Freda Unangst, Marvin Weisenberg, Beatrice Leah Schwartz, Marshall Mendelson, Roslyn Hoffman, Netanel Benjamin Ben Tamar Khana, Phil Schutzman, Zora Schutzman, Lori Norberg, Karen Croyle, Isaac Heifetz, Linda Longman, Judy Kaplan, Jack Mandrew, Jim Soha, Jane Moore, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, ve'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yivarech v'yarped kol cholei Yisrael, v'yishlach lahem bimhera refuah shlema, refuat hanefesh, refuat haguf, v'nomar. Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind, and let us say, Amen. We continue now with our prayer for healing, Misha Berach, on page 253.
Mekor
take a few moments now for silent prayer and reflection, using either the words of our hearts or the words of the pages in front of us between the pages of 55 and 62. Picture this. You're gathering with your family or friends for Thanksgiving on Thursday. You're excited for your favorite treats that you maybe only eat once a year: turkey or stuffing or cranberry sauce or pecan pie. I listed my favorites. You can decide what your favorites are. And anything else Thanksgiving theme that you love. You've all served yourselves, and the conversation is just picking up when all of a sudden, the elephant in the room comes crashing down. And that one person who you hoped would hold their tongue for just one meal opens up and unloads on something happening in the world. You know that you have long disagreed with them, and as they continue on their rant, you feel yourself readying for battle, for the battle that you hoped you wouldn't have to fight on the day of giving thanks. If, as I was reading this, you felt yourself thinking of a similar situation or you felt your body physically tense in reaction, you're not alone. For so many, big gatherings like Thanksgiving are a wonderful opportunity to bring friends and family together. But in this day and age of toxic polarization, it is also a time fraught with anxiety, a time when we might be missing the people around the table because they have chosen not to gather with us because of political opinions or because we have asked them not to join us if they do not align with our views or values. According to research shared by the One America movement, 93% of Americans express a desire to see these divisions reduced, and yet we see them continue to grow. While the term toxic polarization is new, the idea of it is biblical. I would argue that it dates back to this week's Torah portion, Toldot. In the very beginning of this week's Torah portion, we read, Isaac pleaded with Adonai on behalf of his wife because she was barren. And Adonai responded to his plea, and his wife Rebekah conceived. But the children struggled within her womb, and she said, If so, why do I exist? She went to inquire of Adonai, and Adonai answered her, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 separate peoples shall issue from your body. 1 people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. The Torah's image here is often read as a prophecy of inevitable conflict, 2 nations wrestling before they are even born, destined to be divided from one another. Or HaChaim, a prominent Moroccan rabbi of the 17th and 18th centuries, writes the following commentary on this idea that one nation will be stronger than another. He says, this means that there is an additional factor preventing these 2 peoples from dwelling together in harmony. Each one will derive its strength from the defeat of the other. Seeing that each nation anxiously awaits the downfall of the other, there is no hope that they will live together in brotherly harmony. If you had asked me if I agreed with the Or HaChaim 10 years ago, I probably would have told you that I agreed with him. However, since that time, I have come to disagree with the second part of his statement. While yes, we do have an additional factor preventing any 2 polarized people from dwelling together in harmony, there is a way forward. I have the blessing of learning from and working with 2 organizations that do this work, Resetting the Table and the One America movement. This year, I'm a part of a cohort of rabbis from across the denominational spectrum who are being trained in the methodology of resetting the table in order to facilitate our own workshops here on how to speak across conflict. And I will tell you that sitting in a virtual room with Orthodox, conservative, Reconstructionist, and Reform rabbis, all of us committed to this work, despite our very, very significant differences, has been incredibly helpful and hopeful experience in a time of great darkness in this country. This is not easy work, and each of us struggles with it, despite our training. But if we can do it, if we can sit together and learn from one another and stay curious about each other's perspectives, then I have to believe it's possible for the rest of us to do it as well. Resetting the Table teaches us something counterintuitive, that real trust is built not by steering toward common ground, but by investigating our differences head on. The One America movement, working across religious, political, and racial divides, partners with faith communities like ours to confront toxic polarization, not by pretending our differences don't exist, but by equipping us to engage across them. The goal is building communities rooted in belonging, even across profound differences. Neither of these organizations promises that one conversation will change someone's mind, or that engaging with a person with whom you disagree will suddenly make you see eye to eye. What they do promise is that the work of showing up, of staying curious rather than defensive, of listening before reloading our next argument, this is the work that matters. It matters because it keeps the door open. It matters because it reminds us that the person across the table from us is still a person and not a position. I want to be clear, I'm not asking you to abandon your values or sit silently while someone is saying something harmful. There are boundaries, and they are important. But I am asking you to consider whether a person you have written off might still be worth talking to, not to win and not to convert, but to understand, to stay in relationship. Because here is what I have learned from this work. Change doesn't come all at once. It comes slowly, over time, through repeated encounters where people feel seen and heard rather than dismissed and defeated. Real change is not a single Thanksgiving miracle. It is the accumulation of many small moments where we choose curiosity over contempt. Jacob and Esau, these two nations struggling in Rebekah's womb, do eventually meet again. In Parshat Vayishlach, after 20 years of estrangement, Jacob approaches his brother terrified of what Esau might do to him. And yet, when they finally come face to face, the Torah tells us that Esau ran to meet him and embraced him, and they wept. It is one of the most tender moments in all of Torah. Two brothers who had every reason to remain enemies, choosing reunion over retribution. It reminds me that even in the deepest divisions, they're not necessarily permanent, and that we are not doomed to repeat the patterns of the past. So here is my prayer for you this Thanksgiving. If you find yourself at a table with that person, the one whose views make your blood pressure rise, the one who you've been dreading seeing, may you find it in yourself to take a breath before you put your armor on. May you invite them in instead of shutting them out, not into agreement, but into conversation. This Thanksgiving, may we find the courage to remain at the table. May we find the wisdom to listen before we speak. And may we hold on to the hope that the person sitting across from us, even the one whom we find most difficult, is still someone worth knowing. Shabbat Shalom.
Be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the voice for those who cannot raise it, be the one who leads the way through the darkest days, be the light, be the light. Be the light. When days feel long and all that's left inside you are darkest days, reach for the light to guide you. The miracles of change begin with sparks of light we find within that shine. If we come close together, we will see a people strong, a shared humanity, to transform darkness into light, to lead with love instead of might. We shine, we shine. Be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the it, and for those who lead the way through the darkest of the days. Be the light, be the light, be the light, be the light. Be the light. Be the light.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Dave Wartzman with some announcements on behalf of the board. Thank you to our ushers, security team, service leaders, and to all of you for joining us tonight. Please join us next Friday for a special homecoming Shabbat. We would love to see you with your kids, grandkids, friends, and everyone visiting from out of town. After Thanksgiving, join us for our next Soup Shabbat on December 5th. We will have a buffet of ingredients to make the perfect bowl of soup. Our office is closed for the week of Thanksgiving. Check out our happenings email for more programs. Shabbat Shalom.
We are going to begin to conclude our service with Aleinu on page 282. Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who have died at this season and in years past. And on this Shabbat, we remember Marion Mannheimer, Alvin Burstein, Devin Nietzsche, Adrian Hirsch, Brian Horwich, Irene Cohn, Florence Green, Michael Hurt Sr., Leonard Kaplan, Fanny Lux, Joseph Weinstein, Bob Marion, Stanford Menikoff, Melaine Meyer, Samuel Schwechter, Jewel Popper, Jack Edwards, Jerry Reich, Mervyn Posner, Art Simpson, Marilyn Blonder, Miriam Olkin, Martin I. Stoller, Hans Tischler, Albert Baruch, and we mourn the recent passing of Michael Piachuk, brother of Mark Piachuk. To those names, we add the names of anyone that you might be thinking of this evening, whether you're observing Shiva or Shloshim or a Yartzeit, or just remembering somebody in your heart. I invite you to share their names aloud as my eyes go around the room. Zichronam Levracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. We join together now for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabam, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam lo'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemei d'kudesha barechu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
V'yimeru amen, v'yimeru amen. We ask for peace on earth, and we say amen. V'yimeru amen, v'yimeru amen. We raise our voice as one, and we say amen.
Please be seated.
As we close out this service, we come once more to the final words of Be the Light by cantor Natalie Young, now recently of Evanston.
Be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the voice, for those who cannot raise it, be the one who leads the way through the darkest of the days, be the light, be the light, be the light.
We join together now for Kiddush and Motzi. The words of Kiddush can be found on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu V'Shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta, Ve'otanu kidashta mikol
בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת.
Amen. L'chaim. We join together in Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'te'avon.
On this Shabbat and on this holiday week, may we each have the opportunity to be the light. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.